As the morning light touches the earth, there is a quiet invitation to begin anew. Today, as you open your eyes to the world, remember this every day is a gift. It may seem like a simple thing, but each breath you take, each step you make, is a privilege, a chance to fulfill something greater than yourself. So let us begin with gratitude, for the day is not a burden, but a blessing. The dawn of a new day brings with it endless possibilities. As you rise, remember that today is a canvas, and you are the artist. How you approach this day, what thoughts you entertain, and what choices you make can transform not only your hours ahead, but the course of your life. Every moment holds the potential for greatness if we are willing to see it, to work for it, and to believe in it. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. These words from Winston Churchill remind us that we are always in motion. Every day is a fresh opportunity to improve, to learn, to grow, and to push past the boundaries we've set for ourselves. It's easy to think of success and failure as destination points, final stops on a journey. But the truth is far more dynamic. Every day is a step in a larger unfolding process. Whether you experience what the world would call success or failure today, the key is in the willingness to continue. When we face the challenges of life, there is often a temptation to shrink back, to give up, to let fear dictate our next move. But it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves, as Sir Edmund Hillary once said. Each challenge we meet is not an external obstacle, but an internal one that calls us to find strength we didn't know we had, to push ourselves past our self-imposed limits, and to reach higher than we've ever dared before. The path to success is not linear, nor is it free of obstacles. There will be difficulties, disappointments, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But these are the moments that shape us into something greater. We must learn. As Maya Angelou beautifully put it, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. The difference between those who rise and those who fall is not the absence of failure, but the ability to rise again after each fall. Life will knock you down. There is no escaping that truth. But each time you rise, you grow stronger. Every time you choose not to stay down, you redefine what you are capable of. The road ahead may not always be clear, but it is paved by your persistence, your willingness to keep going when everything else tells you to stop. If you want to achieve something worthwhile, you must understand that the journey is as important as the destination. There is no rush to get to the end, no need to skip over the small steps that will ultimately lead to greatness. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out, said Robert Collier. The greatness of your life will be made up of countless small decisions: the decision to be kind, even when it's hard, the decision to work when you'd rather rest, the decision to keep going when it feels like you've given all you have. Each of these moments, though they may seem insignificant on their own, will come together to shape something extraordinary. At times, it may feel as if the world is moving faster than you can keep up with. There's pressure to have it all figured out, to succeed before you're ready, but remember this: the only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today, as Franklin D. Roosevelt wisely said. Doubt has a way of holding us back, making us second-guess our worth and our capabilities. But the truth is that doubt is a part of growth. If you're not occasionally doubting yourself, you might not be challenging yourself enough. Doubt isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you are growing, stretching, and stepping into new territory. Instead of letting it paralyze you, let doubt fuel your desire to prove it wrong. Believe in your own potential. The world will often try to tell you who you are, what you're capable of, but the most important opinion is your own. As the great philosopher Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. To become great, to truly step into the life you want, you must cultivate habits that align with your goals. Success is not about one-off victories, it's about consistency. It's the daily practice, the everyday commitment to showing up and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. It's in those moments that you build the life you want to live. If you seek to change your circumstances, you must first change your mindset. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha reminds us. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can either propel you forward or hold you back, depending on what you feed it. If you fill it with thoughts of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's the life you will experience. But if you train your mind to focus on possibilities, on opportunities, on the good that exists in your world, you will begin to see those things in abundance. The mind is not just a passive receiver of external reality, it is an active creator of it. What you believe in your heart and mind, you can manifest in your life. But let us not forget that greatness is not simply about what we achieve for ourselves. There is a higher purpose in everything we do. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, said Mahatma Gandhi. Your life is not simply about your personal victories or the recognition you receive. It's about the impact you have on others, the ways in which you lift people up, help them grow, and inspire them to achieve their own greatness. True success, at its core, is about service to a cause greater than yourself, service to the world around you. As you go through today, remember that everything you do matters. The way you show up in the world, the energy you bring, the love you share, these are the things that will define the legacy you leave behind. You do not have to be perfect, but you must be persistent. As long as you are moving forward, as long as you are living with purpose, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The road may not always be smooth, but it is always worth walking. And in the end, remember the words of Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined this is your life to shape. Today is your opportunity to begin again. Make it count. Stand tall, step forward, and trust that you have everything you need within you to make today the beginning of something extraordinary. Every day is a chance to begin anew, to align ourselves with a purpose greater than just the passing hours. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, and it is in this belief that true transformation begins. What you envision for yourself, the dreams you carry within you, are the seeds of tomorrow. But to bring those dreams to fruition, you must take action today. The difference between those who succeed and those who merely wish is that one group dares to take steps towards their dreams, while the other waits for perfect conditions that may never come. When you set your sights on a goal, remember that the journey will not be easy. The road to success is always under construction, as Lily Tomlin wisely stated. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. But every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to sharpen your skills, and to build resilience. As Albert Einstein said, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The road may not always be smooth, but it is through the rough patches that we discover the depth of our capabilities. The key is to persist. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success, said Albert Schweitzer. When we pursue what we love, what brings us joy and fulfillment, the journey itself becomes a reward. Happiness and success are intertwined when we are driven by passion and purpose. The obstacles we face no longer feel like burdens, but stepping stones towards something greater. So do not fear failure, embrace it as part of the learning process. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work, Thomas Edison famously said. Every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. It's important to recognize that greatness is not about achieving perfection, but about consistency. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out, Robert Collier reminds us. Your success is built on the foundation of daily choices. It is not the grand, sweeping victories, but the small, everyday actions that shape your life. Every choice you make today, no matter how small it seems, is a brick in the foundation of your future. You must also learn to trust the process. As Paulo Coelho wrote in The Alchemist, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. The universe is always working in mysterious ways, and often we cannot see the bigger picture. But if you stay committed, stay persistent, and remain focused on your purpose, the pieces of the puzzle will eventually come together. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. All you need is the courage to take the first step. And above all, remember that your journey is uniquely yours. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail, said Ralph Waldo Emerson. You are not meant to follow in someone else's footsteps. You are meant to carve your own path. Embrace your individuality, your unique gifts, and the perspective only you can offer. The world needs your vision, your contribution, and your authenticity. Today, take the first step toward your dream. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and know that with persistence, passion, and purpose, there is nothing you cannot achieve. As you move forward, hold close to your heart these words from Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Your potential is limitless, and this is your time to shine. Life is a journey full of both triumphs and trials, and how we navigate those moments often determines the quality and impact of our lives. There will be days when everything seems to flow smoothly, and there will be times when challenges seem insurmountable. But it is not the absence of difficulty that defines us, it is how we respond to it. As the great poet Robert Frost once said, the best way out is always through, there is no avoiding adversity. It is a natural part of life. What matters is how we choose to face it. It is the courage to meet hardship head on, to learn from it, and to rise above it that leads us to greatness. When you find yourself in the midst of struggle, remember that the true test of your character is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Adversity does not build character, it reveals it, said James Lane Allen. Our challenges reveal the strength and resilience we may not even know we have. They give us the opportunity to discover parts of ourselves that are forged in fire. Without difficulty, without adversity, we would never know the depths of our own perseverance, our own capacity for growth. It is easy to grow discouraged when things aren't going as planned. In those moments, we must remind ourselves that what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters, compared to what lies within us, as Ralph Waldo Emerson so powerfully put it. You have an inner strength that is far more powerful than any external circumstance. Your mind, your heart, and your spirit are the resources you can always draw on, no matter the difficulty you face. When you tap into that inner well of strength, you realize that no matter how hard things may seem, you are never powerless. Even in the darkest times, you have the ability to choose your response, to rise above, and to find a way forward. It is important to remember that adversity is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal, as Henry Ford wisely said. It is easy to get bogged down by problems, to allow them to distract us from what we're truly working toward. But when we shift our focus back to our goals, to the bigger picture, the obstacles start to seem smaller. They are no longer roadblocks, but stepping stones, opportunities for growth, learning, and eventual triumph. One of the most important things we can do when facing adversity is to maintain a sense of perspective. It is easy to get overwhelmed by a single moment, to feel like this challenge is the defining moment of our lives. But as Viktor Frankl, a survivor of the Holocaust, once wrote, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. We cannot always control the external world, but we can always control how we respond to it. When we change our attitude, when we change our perspective, the challenges we face are no longer the enemy. They become a chance to evolve, to grow stronger, and to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Another powerful tool when dealing with adversity is perseverance. It always seems impossible until it's done, said Nelson Mandela. No matter how difficult your current situation may seem, remember that nothing is permanent. Challenges may feel overwhelming in the moment, but they are temporary. When you continue to put one foot in front of the other, when you keep moving forward despite the odds, you will eventually come through the other side. Success is not the absence of failure, it's the persistence through failure, said Aisha Tyler. It's not about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning from them and using them as stepping stones to reach higher. The reality is, life is not always fair. Bad things happen to good people. We will all face setbacks, disappointments, and losses. But it is not what happens to us that matters most, it is what we do with what happens. As Maya Angelou beautifully put it, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to come back stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. Life does not define you by your setbacks, but by your ability to rise again after them. Another vital aspect of overcoming adversity is the ability to embrace change. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself, said Andy Warhol. Adversity often brings with it the necessity for change, whether it's a change in perspective, in action, or in direction. But rather than resisting change, we must learn to lean into it. The only constant in life is change, and those who are able to adapt and grow in the face of change are the ones who truly thrive. It's also important to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, Jim Rohn once said. When facing adversity, the company we keep can make all the difference. Seek out those who inspire you, those who challenge you, and those who believe in you even when you can't believe in yourself. Their encouragement can be the fuel that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. As Helen Keller once said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Lean on your support system. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. perhaps most importantly, remember that every challenge is a lesson in disguise. The wound is the place where the light enters you, as Rumi so beautifully stated. The struggles you face today are shaping you into the person you are becoming. They are part of your growth. Even when you can't see it in the moment, the adversity you face is teaching you lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life. Trust in that process. Embrace the struggle, knowing that on the other side of it, you will be stronger, wiser, and better equipped to face whatever comes next. Adversity is not something we can avoid, nor is it something we should fear. It is a natural part of the human experience, and it is through adversity that we grow. The person you are becoming is being forged in the fire of life's challenges. When you embrace them, when you face them with courage and perseverance, you will emerge stronger, more capable than ever. Life is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about learning to thrive in spite of them. As Winston Churchill famously said, if you're going through hell, keep going, keep going. You are capable of far more than you realize, and every challenge you face is just another step on the path to becoming the person you are meant to be. In life, the journey is shaped not by the grand gestures or the monumental moments, but by the choices we make every single day. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine, as Mike Murdoch wisely said. It is in those seemingly small, mundane decisions, what time you wake up, what you choose to eat, how you treat others, that the future is created. Every day offers a new opportunity to step closer to the person you want to become. Your success is not born from a single moment of brilliance, but from the persistent efforts you make each day to better yourself. The power of intention is a tool we all have access to, and yet it is often overlooked. As Lao Tzu put it, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the distance between where we are and where we want to be. But remember, the most important thing is not the destination, but the action you take right now. Each step you take, no matter how small it seems, moves you closer to your goal. Every moment is an opportunity to decide, to act, and to direct your energy toward what truly matters. Success is rarely immediate, and often it takes years of focused, consistent work to see the results. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out, said Robert Collier. It's the habit of showing up, even when it's difficult, even when it feels like nothing is changing. The truth is, most of the progress you make will be invisible to others, but that does not mean it's not happening. Each decision, every effort, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, compounds over time to create something far bigger than what we can see right now. But, as with all things in life, it's easy to become distracted by the noise, by the obstacles, and by the distractions that pull us away from our goals. You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks, said Winston Churchill. The world will always present challenges and obstacles. It will offer excuses, temptations, and setbacks that try to divert you from your path. But those who succeed are the ones who stay focused on their vision, who keep their eyes on the prize and refuse to be swayed by the distractions of the moment. Patience is also an essential ingredient in the pursuit of your goals. As the great poet Rainer Maria Rilke wrote, be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. The world doesn't always work on our timeline, and the process of growth can often feel slow. But trust in the timing of your life. Keep showing up. Keep putting in the work. Keep taking that next small step, and over time, you will see the fruits of your labor. It might not come as quickly as you expect, but it will come if you stay consistent and patient. In the end, success is not just about achieving what you set out to do, it's about the person you become along the way. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts, said Winston Churchill. It's about the lessons you learn, the strength you develop, and the wisdom you gain. So today, make the decision to take action. Embrace the small steps, keep moving forward, and trust that your persistence will lead you to the success you deserve.